What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have episode 8 of East Carolina Dynasty. I'm not exactly sure who we play, but last week we had a massive bounce back win against Tulsa, and hopefully we can continue to build on the momentum and continue to ball out during conference play in the American, so hopefully we can get into the conference championship. Let's get right into it. To start off, we got JP Honeycutt, the right guard from Hiram, Georgia, 3-star recruit. That's some really good news. Also, we'll take a look at the rest of the recruiting, but that's what we're looking like so far. We're 5-2, CU championship contender. Looking pretty good. Kate Nauser had a great week last week. 363 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns through the air. He had 4 rushing touchdowns. So he had a great day. Kate Hauser is going to win National Offensive Player of the Week as well with the same stats. Wow, I think that's our first one. It is a bye week to start, so we're going to jump right into recruiting, and I'm going to make a few tweaks, and I'll check back in a second. Okay, looking at our recruiting board, we are still looking at 2 4-star prospects, Diabate and Tompkins. We didn't get any momentum on either prospect, but hopefully after this week we jump into those top 8s. We put more points on Tompkins. He was at 25, now he's at 50. We could be looking at 3 commitments this week. We could be looking at a commitment from ECU, Shepley, and McKeithen, which would free up 150 hours. That visit last week for Ezekiel and the other 2 paid very much dividends. So that's what that's looking like. Obviously, we want all 3 of them to commit. Temple making a bit of a run on Kuhn, so I did put him on a week 11 visit, and then I put 10 more points on Talbot, and that's what I'm using my hours for this week. No need to go through the stats. I went through them 2 weeks ago. But looking at conference standings, we are sitting at 6th, tied for 5th technically. But we have 4 teams ahead of us who haven't lost a game in conference: Memphis, Navy, Tulane, and North Texas. Hopefully we are able to jump at least 2 of the undefeated teams in UTSA. Actually, it would be 3 of the undefeated teams to get into that conference championship conversation. To look at our schedule, we get to play Temple in this video, and then we continue with Charlotte. Memphis is going to be a huge game given that they're 6-1. UTSA, who we're tied with in conference at the moment, and then finish the season with FAU. We're over the halfway point of the season, and we have 5 games after the bye week to really prove ourselves. No more bye weeks after this. It's do or die, and we get to go to Temple in this video after this bye week. I'm gonna sim to next week, and I'll catch you in the next. And as we advance to the next week, we get a commitment from Harlan Ezekiel. He will be the quarterback that we bring in this high school recruiting class to sit behind our quarterback for a year, Kate Nauser, as he is likely to stay for his senior year. We also are going to secure a commitment from Stephon Shepley, the corner from Lake Wales, Florida. Really our first commitment of the year for the defensive backfield. It's a big pickup. That's the biggest DB on our board that we wanted to pick up, so that's huge that we get him. And then we got all 3. We got Parker, the right tackle, as well from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. 3 3-star prospects coming to the East Carolina team this week, freeing up 150 hours and bringing in 3 new players for the team. We got beat out for Goodwill, but we'll check in on the recruiting. We get to travel to 4-4 Temple this week as we're 5-2. And then we'll take a look at recruiting here. We have 165 free points now. Wow. And somehow we have bad play style for Tompkins. I feel like we throw the ball all the time. Am I just dumb? All right, we're going to have to get back in there, but we're going to put him down by the rock. take Goodwill off the board. I'll catch you in a second as I tweak the board. Okay, diving back in, we have 50 points on Theo Diabate. We're in first place over San Jose State. Geoff Kuhn, we have a visit in week 11, which is going to be next episode. We put Larry Talbot on the same week visit as well as Larry Beebe. So week 11 is a good defensive visit week. And then we put 50 on Kamani Slate, who were in first on, 50 on Antoine Avery, who were in third on, and then 10 on Arma and Gallo. We got locked out of Tompkins, as I said, so I had to take his points off, but I feel like we'll be able to get the playing style back up and be able to make a move. So that's recruiting for this week. We're looking pretty solid on the board right now. Without further ado, let's get into this game against Temple. Welcome to Philly, everybody. This is the same field that the Eagles play their NFL games at, as East Carolina travels to play Temple this week. It's a big American Conference game here in Philly this afternoon, and hopefully we can get another win in the win column, build on the momentum from last week, and start conference play 3-1. That would be a good start. We get to start with the ball this week, and hopefully we can start strong. First down, nothing really crazy. We get 1 yard. We're going to run a little RPO and try to get Smith the ball here. Oh, and he's going to have space. Can make one miss. Nope, but we get to the 40. 14 yards for Anthony Smith to start this game. Not a bad play. Seems like Temple has a few recruits visiting this week. Hopefully we can give them a rough game. That'd be ideal. We're going to have an injury. Who's number 1? I can't tell. I think that might be Yannick. Hopefully he's okay. Ooh, that was not the read. 3rd and 9. Ooh. Bruce Rose for Yannick. He's going to be fine. We're going to sub in Brock Spalding anyways. Wow, that was a terrible route. He was running a drag. I'm going for it. You know me, I don't punt. Yannick already back in the game. He's going to drop it, and we already turned the ball over on downs. Not a great start offensively. Okay, we're in for a game here. Let's play some defense now, though. And they get a nice play over the middle for 15. Temple coming out hot at home. They want to win this one. We gotta strap up and play. Nice play. Good tackle from Damian Wilson there. JD Lampley there. Tackle for no gain there, and we're gonna bring a little pressure on 3rd and 9. Obvious passing situation. We need a stop. They run read option and they're going nowhere. Great play by Jackson Barker to get the tackle for loss, and we're gonna hold them to 3. Field goal's good. Temple starts off 3-0. Not the start we were looking for from the offense. Hopefully we can get that figured out. Nice little play for Spalding there. He's going to take it for around 26 yards. We're just going to keep trying to run this football. Not having much success early, but we'll break one at some point, hopefully. And that'll hopefully get a start out of Emmanuel Poku, already injured. I feel like he gets injured every game. There we go. London Montgomery's starting to catch heat a little bit. We're on a little PA crosser. Hopefully we can find Smith. One of the Smiths. We're going to be able to find him, yep. Anthony Smith, he's going to get into the end zone for a 7-3 lead for the East Carolina Pirates here. Good hit. Can we continue to play good defense? Last week we only allowed 10 points. Can we keep that trend up this week? We're going to get a sack with Damian Wilson there on first down. Just blitzed the user. Honestly thought it was a run. He got into the backfield, made a play. Great start to the drive here. I thought Barker was going to take him. He did not. That sucks. That's better. My corner just got destroyed. Whoa. That was not a great play. We're gonna have a next play mentality. Goldfish memory, next play, lacrosse, segue, pipeline. You know the move. Goldfish memory there. That didn't happen. Next play. Oh, what? Already forgot it. Oh yeah, Montgomery. He's got room down the sideline. That's his biggest play in a few weeks. Montgomery has 3 carries for 69 yards in his last 3 attempts, starting 4 for 4 only. So we're seeing improvement. Anthony Smith is going to get a catch here. He spun the wrong way. I meant to spin to the left. He spun to the right. Still a big catch for the star. That was a really bad throw from Kate Nauser. I think I had him for a nice gain, but we'll play second down here. And Montgomery had a lane, ran into his own lineman, gets stuffed for 4. Anthony Smith, another catch, another touchdown for the star. 62 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns for him already in the first quarter. Damian Wilson with the TFL, setting up a 2nd and 13. A nice play from him right there. Whoa, he got hit. I don't know how he got such an easy pass off there, but I don't mind that right there. We'll be okay on 2nd and 5 or 3rd and 5. Oh, I wanted a pick there from reason, but we'll take 4th down and a punt. Ooh, I had to see him if he wasn't right there, but we'll take a decent return from Petaway there. We're going to set up offense at the end of the first quarter, 14-10 lead. Can we pull away is the question. I had B. I rolled out to the wrong way. It would have been a crossbody throw, not what we're looking for. We'll live to fight 2nd down after a throwaway. We're going to have Yannick over the middle. I really wanted to throw that to Brock. He wasn't there. Found our second option. And we're going to throw this bubble. Oh, Yannick Smith didn't block his guy. He had space. Little catch to Yannick for 17 on 1st down. Oh, that was a nice bat down. I thought I could find it in a little seam, but unfortunately I was not able to. Hauser's missed a few today. I really wanted that. He was wide open for probably what would have been a touchdown. Instead, we're going to find Spaulding. He's going to fight down to the inch-yard line. I thought he was in for sure. Anthony Smith gets his 3rd. I probably should have ran the ball, but I'm trying to get my receivers involved. I would have missed. Oh, I made it. Thank goodness. 21-10. Get a open receiver, Colin Chase. He's the guy who scored the long touchdown as well. Might need to keep an eye on number 1 here. Great play. Wilk makes a nice tackle. They'll only get a 1-yard gain on the RPO screen. Oh, wow. Tried to undercut it. They just threw a deep ball over my head. Couldn't do anything about it. It's going to be 21-17. Temple fighting back, but we still have a lead. Okay. I thought that was cover 2. I was mistaken. Man. They didn't even bring a blitz. And use instant pressure. Not what we love. 3rd and 10 here. We're gonna... Dude, again? Back-to-back plays, they didn't even blitz and just got straight into the backfield. I might get caught again with this, but I do not care. I think we have them. Whatever. I know y'all saw me. I was right there. I should have had a pick. Dang, Damian Wilson's in the backfield today. We force a fumble, Zion Wilson gets the sack. We couldn't do anything with it, unfortunately. It's going to set up 3rd and 18. This game is frustrating me today. So, yeah. 24-21 Temple. Just under the 2-minute warning. We need to go score real quick before the halftime. I'm gonna pick up 11 on 1st down. Ran right by him. Yannick Smith is going to score. Let's go. Number 1, 4 for 110 and a touchdown. Great work out of the young sophomore. He's going to be the future of our receiving corps, for sure. He's going to take Anthony Smith's spot next year, and we're going to have a dog. Can we hold them before the half? They do get ball to start the second half, so we need to play good defense. Jackson Barker gets a sack. That's our 3rd of the game. Yeah, we get a pick. McKinley gets the pick. DeJour's injured, but huge play. The cover 2 look confused them. And we get a takeaway. I think that's one of our first defensive back picks of the year. And Yannick Smith is open again. Can he get to the pylon? No, but he's down at the 4. Kendrick DeJour, Bruce Shoulder will return soon. Okay. And Brock Spalding gets wide open. That's a swing right there. That's exactly what we were looking for. It is 35-24. Let's hold him before the half, and then we'll go from there. I'm glad that he overthrew that because he was wide open. Third and 10, we might be getting the ball back. Can't make a play there. They're going to pick up the first. Okay. That was such an odd play. Can I get a pick, please? He threw that right to me, spamming Y. I should have had a user. Instead, we let up a touchdown. It's 31-35. Defense not on their A game today. Part of that's me. I gave them 2 possessions inside of the 30-yard line on defense, so that didn't help, but still not ideal. Oh, why'd you stop? I thought he was gonna go over him. He didn't. That could have been picked. That's gonna get picked. As I said. But I was just going to see if we can do something before the half. We cannot. Instead, we throw a pick. Not ideal. Huh. They went for a Hail Mary, didn't get it. 35-31 at half, they're going to get the ball. Nice return there, down to 31. Got shielded by my own player, and they're going to get a big run. That time, we do make the play. Jackson Parker, nice one. There we go, Barker and Lampley combine on the tackle. Apparently, their running back had to shit, I think. Otherwise, he wouldn't be running off the sideline like that. Another nice play from Jackson. He's having a nice day, too. Wow. He has 6 tackles for loss, including a sack. That's a pretty good day. Number 2 is in no man's land, and we are now losing. They're passing all over us today. We cannot do anything against it. Purdue is killing number 14 Michigan, by the way. I just want to point that out. Six-yard carry for London to start this drive. Can we get outside? Can we get outside? Maybe. We'll take 10-ish. 8. There's another 12. Run a little screen action. There we go. Had to let the blocks develop a little bit, but we take it for 36. Ryle's gonna get a catch down to the 5. Wow, Yannick cooked his dude. Nowhere even in sight. He's having a pretty good day at the office. Can we stack a stop or 2 together? Second to 5, Evan Simon. Wow, he's having a really nice day. How did I get in 3-3 mint? That's stupid. Little curl route gets us. All right, that sucked. They're starting to be able to tote the rock a little bit this drive. Nothing we can't handle, but a little annoying. Oh, he buzzed down. If he was where he was supposed to be, that's a pick. I think that might have been the perfect defense for that play. There's Dinkin and Duncan. wheeling and dealing now. 45-42. This game will come down to whether or not our defense can get stops, and at this moment, I am not confident in that. This just feels like Tulane all over again, where we are able to put up points offensively, but we just can't stack stops together, and they went on a run in the fourth quarter, Tulane did, and we couldn't come back. Nice carry from London Montgomery, a 23-yard gain on first down. We're going to find Brock Spaulding. They're going to tackle us for a 1-yard gain there on first down. We might have numbers. Yep, Brock Spaulding right up the seam. Wide open. Another touchdown. 49-45. Offense is humming, defense is not. Nice play there. Craig and Damien make the play. That's going to do it for the third quarter, 49-45. Can we get stops? That was a cover 2. I don't know where my middle guy was, but I don't think it was me. This is obviously passing situation. We need a stop. Let's go. Jackson Barker, 8 tackles today. Most of those are either for loss or for sacks, so he's having a really nice day. We might have room. Oh, if we beat 10 out to the outside, we had a touchdown. Can we get Anthony Smith the rock? We can. He's got space. Can he beat him? No, but he gets a nice game. Nice pick up of 7 on first down. Oh no, don't pick it. We get a stop and then our offense makes a mistake. Hatenhauser, I threw it off his back foot and it was inaccurate. Anthony Smith had a step. If it was a good throw, he would have scored. Instead, we're back on defense in a 4-point game. All right, this is annoying. Out of bounds, thank goodness. Couldn't get his toe in. They're going to challenge it. Let's see if they succeed. That's close. That's really close. They're going to give it to him. They're going to give it to him. Already down to the 34. We need to get a stop. Jackson Barker gets in the backfield, forces a fumble. J.D. Lampley picks it up. Jackson Barker. Let's go. That's his second sack of the game. And he forces a huge fumble. And we're going to get called for a hold on first down, and we had a big play too. That's unfortunate. It's going to be 1st and 20. Can we take advantage of the turnover this time around? That got dangerous. That got dangerous real quick. Yannick, great catch. Having a fantastic day today. Can we finally find Anthony Smith on deep ball? Yes. We can. It's going to be 56-45. Huge play from Anthony Smith. He drops it on first down. I thought Jackson Barker was going to get a pick instead. It's just going to be fall incomplete. Down to 3 minutes left in this one. 11-point lead. Can we hold on? Damian Wilson pushes him out of bounds, setting up a 2nd and 10 here. They get a big play downfield. JoJo Bermudez has a step on DB, and he's going to pick up a nice gain. Oh, Jackson Barker with the forced incompletion. Cover 3, right up the seam, and he's going to score. And they're going to go for 2 here. Interestingly enough, force it to be a 3-point game. And Damian Wilson misses the tackle. They're going to get it 53-56. That's a lot of points. Temple's going to start at the call timeouts. It's a nice run on first down. They can pick up the first for London Montgomery, who's had a breakout day. He's off. He's been off for the last few weeks. He finally gets back to his old ways, and now he's just chugging along. Another timeout from Temple. If we get, I think, one more first down, we might be able to just call it. Oh yeah, and he's got space to the outside. London down to the 20. They call their final timeout. One more first down is going to ice this football game. when it matters most, I'm glad the ball is in our offense's hands. Tarpe hurt on the play. So is Montgomery, it seems. Can we get one last first down to ice this game? Ooh, I didn't mean to dive, but London Montgomery dives. He picks up the first down. And now we can QB kneel. East Carolina is going to pick up the win on the road in a very high-scoring affair, 56-53. What a battle between these two teams in the American Conference. Caden Hauser had an absolute day. 430, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, though. One of them was before the half. I'm not going to count that too hard against him, but the other one was a bad throw on the run that could have lost the game. Either way, he had a great day. London Montgomery was toting the rock. Offensively, we played pretty well, and defensively, we locked down when we needed to. Looking at the stats, it seems like offensively we did pretty well. We had the same amount of turnovers. Obviously, we had 2 more turnovers on downs, but we're not going to talk about that. Caden Hauser, 25 for 38, 431, 65% completion percentage, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks. Not the most accurate day at the office, but we'll take it. London, 20 for 215, no touchdowns, but 11 yards per carry almost. I'll take that all day, every day. Spalding, Yannick, and Anthony, all 3 of them had great days. Spalding, 8 for 98 and 2. Yannick, 8 for 160 and 2. Smith, 4 touchdowns on 7 catches for 130 yards. Riles had 1 for 7. Montgomery had 1 for 36. Our receivers, all 3 of them had great days. Couldn't have asked for anything more from those 3 athletes. And then I want to talk about the guy. Mr. Jackson Barker, 11 total tackles. 7 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. He's going to win American Player of the Week, probably National Player of the Week. Damian Wilson still had a pretty good day. He had 5 TFLs and 1 sack. Lampley had 2 TFLs. Zion Wilson had 2 TFLs. Craig had a tackle for loss. Barker, 2 sacks, as I said. Wilson had a sack, and Damian Wilson had a sack. Picks, McKinley had a pick. His first, I think, of the season. PBUs, Riddle had 2. Barker had 1. Rashid Raisin had 1. Forced fumbles. Barker had a forced fumble. Wilson had a forced fumble. We only recovered 1 of those, J.D. Lampley. No defensive touchdowns. We had a great day. And that's going to do it for episode 8 of East Carolina Dynasty. We take down Temple. I believe we got 4 new commits to commit to East Carolina. And that's all I got. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been Copley. Please like, subscribe, leave any comments for suggestions for future videos. I'm always listening. I'm always looking in there. So if you have anything for me to make the experience better for you guys as the audience, please let me know. And that's all I got. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.